In today's video, we are going to go over single leg strengthening. Now, if you've been following me for a while, you know I've done a ton of videos on how to improve your confidence with single leg standing. And yes, in those videos, we do work a little bit on single leg strengthening, but this video is really progressing beyond that. What are you supposed to do, or what are the best exercises to do once you have that confidence, meaning that you can single leg stand on your involved leg for short periods, 3 to 5 seconds, but you know that that leg is just not as strong as your other leg, then this video is for you. If you are in those earlier stages, don't worry, I've linked the videos in the description to this video that work on those earlier stages of recovery. But this video is specifically going to focus on more of those higher level strengthening activities. If you're new to this channel, I'm Tara, I'm a neurologic physical therapist, and on this channel we talk about anything and everything related to mobility, health, fitness, and mindset in the context of neurologic injury, with the end goal of empowering you with as many tools as possible to take ownership of your rehab and your health, live an overall more active, more mobile, pain-free, happier, healthier life. And with all that said, let's dive right into today's exercises. So the first progression of exercises that we're going to do is building up to a single leg squat. So we're going to start with just starting with a sit to stand from a little bit of a higher surface. Of course, if you guys have been around for a while, you know that I do a lot of biasing to one leg by just putting the other foot up on a yoga block to minimize the amount that you're using the leg that you don't want to use. So the easiest way to do it is to have the yoga block with the widest side flat. If you wanted to make it a little bit more challenging, you can put it with vertical. That just will further minimize the amount of weight that you can actually put on that leg. Remember, we're working up to doing a single leg squat, so we're trying not to use this leg as much as possible. So with the block down there to discourage putting weight on this leg, you're just going to do a sit to stand. Again, you want as little weight on this foot as possible. You can even try and maybe go up on your toe just to make sure you're not putting any weight on that leg. And you want this leg doing all the work, or the majority of the work. Now, once you can get pretty good at that, then you are going to actually go to a squat without anything down. Now, you will find online that some people say that you don't want your knee to come over your toe. I don't really think that that is that important. I say you just want to stay balanced, and so whatever you need to do to center your weight over this leg is fine. I think if your knee goes over your toe a little bit, that's okay. The one thing you want to pay attention to, though, is that your knee is not dropping in. That's one sign that you might be advancing the exercise a little bit too quickly, and that maybe you just don't have the strength in that leg to do this type of an exercise yet. So do pay attention to that. That is one compensation that I do see, or one adjustment that I do see sometimes in the middle stage, working towards the later stage of rehab of getting back to full function. Now, once you get good at that, would be to drop down to a lower surface. Now, if you have the Core Max, I'm adding this to show you a variation that I really, really like. Some of you, you don't have the strength to kind of keep this leg off the ground. So if you didn't have the yoga block there, you just couldn't keep this leg up. That's when I like to use something like this that's kind of spring-loaded. That's one reason. The other reason that I like to use this is you can really see how much you are using this leg. If you have this, the goal is that you can now do that sit to stand. If you're pushing this all the way to the ground, that means that you're using this leg. So if you already have the Core Max, or you can do this by just taking TheraBand and running it across between like two legs of a chair or something to rest your foot on, to make sure that you're not using this leg. So because it's not solid, you're not going to be able to use this leg as much. And then again, you're just going to do that sit to stand. Remember, if you push it all the way down, then that means you're trying to use this leg to help. So again, up and down, up. All right, and then once you get good at that, you can try going to even a lower surface. Again, you can put this foot on the ground, but you don't want any weight going through this leg. And then you're just gonna try and stand up. You can see there's very little weight on this leg. Then you're just gonna push, really emphasizing that you're keeping all of your weight on the leg that you're trying to work. And then if you wanted to really advance it, you could keep this leg off the ground completely. So for this next exercise, we're just going to do a step back lunge to start. So you're going to step this non-working leg back, try and get that knee as close to the ground as you can, and then come back up. And again, step that foot back, try and get that knee as close to the ground as you can, and then step back up. And again, back and back up. Then once you feel like you can get down with the leg close and back up, you can try going all the way down to your knee. And back up. And back down. And back up. All right, and then once you feel like you've mastered that, you can try and set that foot back up on a step and try and do the same thing. Down and back up. Now you want to try and make sure that you're not really pushing down hard with this toe. You'll push down a little bit, but you want to try and keep most of your weight over the front leg as much as possible. And back up. Now we're going to move on to step ups. Another great way that doesn't require a lot of equipment to really get a little bit more bang for your buck with your leg strengthening program. What I recommend is that, of course, start with a very low step when you first start step ups. But again, this is kind of for those of you that are more advanced. So if you're in that more advanced area and you already have pretty good stability on that leg, I really like to kind of find a step that's a little bit higher, 12, 16 inches high, and doing the step ups there. It really does just force your leg to have to generate just a little bit more power. And then again, you're just going to step up and back down. Now, the key to really getting the most out of this exercise is to really make sure that you're centering your body weight directly over the working leg, which is the leg that is up on the step. And once your body is centered over that leg, just kind of push through that heel to step up and then slowly come back down. And again, center your body weight over that leg and then push up. And again, slowly back down. And then once you master that, if you still want an additional challenge, you can try adding a weight. And up, down, and again, that will just add an additional challenge. Now, for those of you that don't really know where you're at as far as the difficulty and whether or not you should add weight, I would say that you should be able to do 12 step-ups in a row before starting to think about doing weight. And with those 12, also, of course, making sure that you're using good form and you're not compensating in any way. So 12 high quality step-ups before you consider possibly adding some kind of a weight. So far, we've really just been working in a straight plane, just kind of moving forwards and backwards. But any good single leg strengthening program should really also contain some kind of like rotational component to it. So I love crossover step ups. And if you can, I would just use the same height step. Again, if you're in that higher level category, then it should be doable, but you're going to cross the working leg across the front and then step up and then slowly back down. You want to try, because if you're really trying to challenge yourself, to incorporate some kind of a higher step again. So again, this one's probably 6, 8, this one's probably about 10 inches tall. And again, crossing that leg across the front and then just stepping up and then slowly coming back down. You should really start to feel that more kind of on the outside of your hip. And again, step up and back down. And then another exercise adding a rotational component is putting a furniture slider underneath one leg, and then you're going to slide that all the way around behind you and try and push it away from you as far as you can, really bending this leg. So this is the working leg for this one, and then come back up. You want to try and get as low to the ground or kind of push this as far away from you as possible without losing your balance, and where you can still actually get back up. So push it out to the side, all the way across as far as you can, and then push, drive this leg into the ground to come back up. And again, one last time just to show you, swinging this all the way around, pushing it as far as you can, and then back up. And then the other one is just pushing it out to the side as far as you can, trying to keep your weight centered over this leg right here and being able to push back up. Working in these different planes and just kind of pushing this leg out into different directions really just challenges different combinations of muscles in that leg. So it really is good to just try a few different of these combinations. You want that leg to, again, not just be strong in one plane, forwards and backwards or just sideways, but you really want to kind of strengthen all angles possible. So pushing it out, and then again, trying to keep your weight centered over this leg and just driving that leg into the ground, pushing it way out, and then coming back up. So I hope you guys found those exercises helpful. If you did and you like these types of videos, definitely hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell if you haven't already, so that you will get notified every time I upload new videos. If you like these videos or these exercises and you want to see even more of these exercises, as well as be a part of our Rehab HQ community, you can sign up for our gold membership program. Link for that is in the description below. With your membership, you'll get access to over 350 exercises, as well, again, as being able to join us on our monthly lives where you can get your specific questions answered. I enjoyed spending time with you all today, and I will see you in the next video. You have a good day.